Where do you want to do it? I could
I was gonna do it on the table, but I don't want to. That's all about the Celestine stuff.
Okay.
I don't want something.
There you go.
And then I'm at fault. So, do you guys know what makes matcha different from traditional green tea?
Powder?
Regular green tea.
Is it the powder?
Yeah,
Matcha.
exactly.
Oh,
This is your regular sencha, which is a green tea, and then this is what matcha looks like.
Wow.
It's literally a pulverized version. It's literally a pulverized version of those tea leaves. So when you consume matcha, when you consume regular tea, you're really just drinking water that has the flavorings of the tea.
Oh.
Whereas with matcha, you're actually consuming the actual tea leaf.
Oh.
That's cool.
So that's why there's a plethora of health benefits that matcha offers that regular tea doesn't. And then on the other hand, that's also why matcha tends to be a lot more bitter. So I'll show you guys my tea supply. Matcha is very expensive. I've got 3 here, and I'll explain to you what I use them for, and then what they're known for. So, the base matcha for you guys is going to be this one, this Costco brand matcha. There's nothing fancy about it. Take note of its color. And now compare it instantly. I'll go cheapest to expensive. This is a very fancy matcha. This is the Masudayan Superior Matcha Green Tea from a farm near Kyoto.
Whoa.
Instant difference.
Whoa.
And then just go ahead and give that a quick smell, and you'll see a massive difference in the smells. Now, matcha's extremely sensitive to humidity and light, so I'm just going to show them all side by side.
You said light?
This is a Goku matcha from the Kowai family. Again, you see similarities here, but then the cheap one is very different. And then this is the Nakai Superior. This is the highest grade of matcha that my matcha supplier store offers. That's very expensive. So you can see massive differences, and you'll smell the differences when I walk through them. But basically, the flavor profiles of matcha are heavily affected by the process that they go through from the leaf on the bush to what you consume here. Similar to wine. All wine is made from grapes. All matcha is made from the same tea leaves as any other tea, black tea, Earl Grey tea, etc. But what's different is the processing that gets the matcha to where it is now.
Enzo's in.
Enzo's there. Cool. He can chill for a sec. So, I'll start off with this one. Is the sweet matcha. You'll get 0 bitterness when you try that one.
Oh, that's good.
Very, very sweet.
I think that's one I'm most familiar with.
Yeah.
This one is, on the scale of all the flavor profiles, is maximum umami. Give this a smell. Very umami. This is my personal favorite.
Really?
Are you familiar with the umami flavor profile? It's not commonly used or described in the Western world, but umami is basically savoriness.
MSG.
You can think of MSG is a very it's the umami version of salt, where salt is for saltiness, sugar is for sweetness, and then the Nakai is the sweet one as well.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely 0 bitterness, almost no acidity. So what I'm gonna do first. This guy is called the chasen. I'm going to take this water, which is roughly 180 degrees Fahrenheit because it just boiled. I'm going to place it in this cup so that it cools down by about 15 degrees just by putting it in there. We're going to prepare the chasen by soaking it in the hot water. This hydrates the bamboo little fingers, and it makes it stronger for the whisking process. So I'll let you guys choose which one you'd like to try.
Oh shoot.
You can try whichever one you like. My personal favorite is this one. I think they're all good.
I like that one too.
The umami?
Yeah.
Which one was this one? The sweet one?
That's sweet and cheaper than this one.
I'll take this one.
Yeah? Why don't you just try this one?
Huh?
That's the expensive sweet.
Yeah, just try this one.
Okay, fine, yeah. I really like the design.
Yeah. Oh, well, I bought this case from Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
Yeah. All Alright, so I'll start off first by giving you guys a taste of traditional matcha. So the chasen, we'll use that water in a sec. So you gotta sift, you don't have to, we're gonna sift the matcha. So, oh wait, I'm not using this one, we're using it. I'll use the umami one first so that when I use the bowl again, the sweetness mixes with umami and doesn't hide the umami. So I'll do this one first. So for the Japanese tea ceremony, matcha was introduced to Japan by China sometime like maybe like 1100s or something, like very, very long time ago. And tea ceremonies were popular amongst the rich, the aristocracy, if you will. And they were used as an opportunity to show off your fancy antiques and teaware, so you can just brag about what you have, especially if you have teaware from different countries made of glass or ceramics, etc. But there was one guy whose name eludes me. He wanted to change the matcha tea ceremony from something only accessible by the rich to something that all people could enjoy. So in Japan, he produced tea and shared it with people to the point where having matcha tea ceremonies was a very common practice even among poor people. And the whole point of the tea ceremony was to bring people together as equals. So in this single scenario, a king could have a matcha ceremony with a slave, and they would both bow when they enter the room, they would both sit with no bias, and they would both enjoy a cup of tea in complete silence with one another, just simply enjoying each other's company and acknowledging the other person's presence. So matcha ceremonies are a great equalizer of people in my eyes. The only person who rules the world in the matcha tea ceremony is the person making it, because he alone could bring an end to that world. So you whisk the matcha for about a minute, maybe a little bit longer. What you're looking for here is a thick layer of foam that's even at the top. And then just to show you all the color, I'll let you try this in a clear glass. So I'll let y'all try the umami one on its own, and then I'll make you a latte out of the sweet one.
Nice.
Take this guy. Now the chasen we'll reuse. Just put it here for safekeeping. I'm going to pour this into this measuring cup only for the sole purpose of being able to portion it easily. So here's the matcha, nice and whisked.
Wow.
You can see the color of this is very different from probably the matcha you get at a boba shop or something.
Yeah.
It's lighter color.
Yeah. So it's important when you pour tea, you pour bit by bit so that no one person gets a higher concentrated cup. So this is the umami flavor profile. In my opinion, if you know a Westerner that isn't familiar with the umami profile, they try this and then they'll understand. So you'll try it and then let me know what you think, and I'll start preparing the other tea.
Drink.
Oh.
Now you hold this for David.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the umami. You taste it?
Mm-hmm.
So you might feel a slight bitter aftertaste as with any tea, but you'll notice that it doesn't linger. You also might have a slight dryness of mouth. Like you feel like your tongue's been dried, or like you want to pucker your mouth. That's called astringency. That's the dryness. So I'm doing quite a lot of matcha here, because for that I made you one single portion for you guys to share, and for this one I'm put enough for both of you. So we're going to do the same process. We've got the tea here, the hot water, and I'm going to reduce its temperature by about 15 to 20 degrees, and then we're going to use this to make our tea. So this is just going to be the matcha that we pour into the lattes. So So if you'd like, Jem, why don't you be my volunteer and give that a good whisk? Just don't scrape the wood against the bottom of the bowl. You want it lifted slightly off, and then go as quick as you can with a flick of the wrist.
Oat milk.
Yeah, I prefer oat milk because the cereal taste of oat milk complements the matcha well, whereas soy milk can kind of mask the flavor of matcha.
I see.
So I'm going to sweeten your lattes with just a tad bit of organic honey.
Oh, shoot.
Just a little bit.
Oh, whoa.
More for aesthetic purposes than anything else.
Nice little drizzle.
So you'll get this little guy. This little guy. And then I'll get some ice into these bad boys. The end result is so beautiful right before your very first sip. So a lot of people's initial reaction is, gee, don't you think it's a lot of work for one drink? The answer is yes. Man, you jerk. The answer is yes, it is a lot of work, but I believe it's absolutely worth it. So let's see, Jim, did you get an even layer of foam across the surface here?
I hope I did.
Oh,
Yeah, not bad.
nice.
Go even faster. Be even more air into it.
Yes.
Nice, that's looking good now. Let's see. We want it nice and thick. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. So we'll just put this little rinse, throw this in here. Bravo, Gemstar, this is great.
Good.
So this is just honey and oat milk. And then I took half of the oat milk and I put it in our little frother to give it a nice foam.
Ooh.
Okay.
Very creamy there. And we're gonna go about 2/3 of the cup. Now the leftover is just foam. We can set that aside in case you wanted to top off with a little bit more. Oopsie. Now, this is where the magic happens. We're gonna add the matcha. So your personal preference is up to you. If you'd like to have a little bit more sweetener, you can just put some, I can add some sugar for you if you'd like. Or, if you like it as is, then we're good. But no problem either way. One last foam. So the foam in the matcha is what gives it a very creamy texture, a very smooth texture that really softens any bitterness. Now again, there's no bitterness in this matcha, but doesn't the foam just look so much prettier?
Yes.
All right.
Different shade of green.
Now the moment of truth.
Oh my god.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh. You see that beautiful gradient.
Yeah, nice color there. And then the final part of the experience is inserting your straw into your drink. So here's your glass straw so you can enjoy
Glass
the color here.
straw.
Do not chew on the straw.
All right, my friends. Pretty, right?
Yes.
The more you stir it, the more the honey will mix in. So it's
my
up to you
gosh.
how much of the honey you want in there.
Dude, I don't even want to drink it. It looks so cool.
Yeah. Quite an experience, isn't it, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna try it without stirring it and then.
What'd you think?
So
Good.
creamy.
Like it?
Yeah. Holy freak.
Oh, that's smooth.
Now this is just a personal recommendation. Adding vanilla syrup is the cherry on top for the If you'd like this, you're welcome to it. Or if you want to drink half and then add the vanilla syrup to the second half, you just add like a little drop of it. Well, what do you think?
That's really good.
Like it?
Yeah.
I'm glad. Thank you for sharing that experience with me, guys.
Mm.
This is the one that I use the least, so I'm gonna have some of this myself just so I can
That's awesome.
not show favoritism.
Here, let's see. Pop.
So the secret in the Starbucks matcha is they use the cheaper matcha, so that one there from Costco is what they'll use, and then the vanilla syrup is what compensates in the flavor.
Let's see.
By now the water should have cooled down. You want to try whisking this time, David?
Oh yeah, sure.
Here you go, man. That one's for me.